Yo, I done 6 shows in a row, so my voice is hurting. Fans wanna hear what you're in person. Oi. She want a man from Brum, but she settled with a boy from Burton. I still see feds on the block, still see the boy them lurking.
Hi there guys, and welcome back to another Facial Fuzz Friday on the Facial Fuzz. My name is Adam and it is week 43 now on Minoxidil, using it on my face to grow a beard. And all the links to my journey videos can be found in the description. But without further ado, let's get into this week's update. Okay guys, so the first thing I wanted to let you guys know is that Chemos over at Beard Profile, and if you've never been to beardprofile.com before, I suggest you go and check it out. It's a really great resource, some Minoxidil related stuff on there as well. Has just set up his own YouTube channel. I'll put a little card here so that you can go and essentially subscribe to him. I suggest you do it. He's got loads of really great information. He's only just recently set it up, so he's got a few videos already, and he's looking to ramp it up over the next few weeks. Now, another thing to update you on is that me, Sam from Beardology, and Pablo from Barber Epica are joining forces to create our own beard oil called the Crazy Goat Beard Oil. Now, we'll be doing other products in the future, but we're focusing on the beard oil to begin with. It doesn't have any DHT blockers in or anything like that, so we're hoping that that will help you guys out when you're searching for a beard oil. We know how hard it is from our own experience trying to find one that doesn't have DHT blockers in. Now, I'll put a link to our Facebook page up here. Feel free to go and like us to keep updated. We are hoping to be able to ship worldwide. The shipping rates will obviously vary because of that, but if you go and like the page, then you'll be able to keep up to date with when that's actually released, and we are hoping it's going to be very, very soon. Now, back to me. So this week I got my 1mm derma roller through the post, and I tried that out. It's a lot more difficult to derma roll with that. It tugs on the hair a lot more, quite uncomfortable, but you can use that once every 2 to 4 weeks, so that's when I'll be using it, so I'll be using it again next week. I've also continued to keep using this. I haven't noticed any particular benefit from it. Personally, I think when people use that and they think they're getting benefit because of that, maybe it's just confirmation bias. I personally haven't noticed any additional improvement from it. Now, since trimming down, I can say that it has been a lot easier to apply Minoxidil. The actual technique of applying has been far easier than when it was longer, but I do miss the beard. I am really missing the beard now. I'm glad that I trimmed down. It was good to trim down and see where everything was at, but I am really missing being able to stroke it and everything, and it's starting to take shape a bit again. But with any of these things, it takes time, and a lot of the hair is still vellus, so it's going to take a while for it to grow back out. And when it does, that's when it'll probably start getting some level of pigmentation. At the moment, it's kind of a mixture of some pigmented vellus, some unpigmented vellus, and it's just a bit of a mess. So hopefully that starts happening pretty soon. I'm still taking mercunopurines and also the estrogen blocker that I was taking. I'm also taking some other vitamins that I'm going to do a video about very, very soon. And I'll let you guys know more about that. Sorry I didn't do a video this week. I've been incredibly busy with my actual work. There's another thing that I have that I'm going to be doing a video as well that's not a vitamin, but also could potentially help us out on our journey, so keep your eyes out. But without further ado, because I don't really have anything else to update you on, we're going to go look at my progress update. Before we do that, one last thing actually. I've said this before, but I'm probably going to be changing these to monthly after I hit the year mark, because I will be going longer than a year now. I'm pretty sure of that. I think it's probably going to be like 18 months, 2 years, and I know that I probably can't keep up to schedule with one a week after that. What I can probably do for the benefit of you guys is do it once a month. You'll see more of a change then. These weekly videos, I'm starting to kind of run out of topics, if I'm completely honest, sometimes, but it's always good to check in with you guys and show you my progress. So that being said, let's take a look at that now. Okay, so this was week 40 when I trimmed down to 3mm. What we can see here is a real mixture of vellus and terminal hairs. The terminal hairs mainly being distributed across the top of the cheek and the jawline, and the vellus everywhere else. As we can see this week, it started to regrow quite well around the areas that are predominantly terminal. The vellus areas are still being quite stubborn. They are transitional hairs, however some of them are pigmented, some of them aren't, so they show up quite well on camera, but not necessarily in person. Some of them do, some of them don't, which is a real shame. So let's look at my left side. This was 3 weeks ago. I'm starting to think I'm a slow developer. I gain the hairs quite quickly, but they're taking a long time to develop. I have got more terminals on this side, and I have actually had more shedding and new terminals on this side than I did on my right side. But what we can see here when it's grown back this week is that it's a real mix. A lot of the terminals really start merging in with all the vellus. It looks a little bit messy, and there's not much I can do about that apart from hope that they transition soon. Now let's look at my goatee area, particularly the underlip. This was 3 weeks ago. I have a small vellus connection up to the soul patch. Most of the other areas now are terminal, but that is an area that's still predominantly vellus. The moustache has gone under a massive transformation from when I started. This is this week when it's grown back. You can see it grows back a lot quicker around this area. The moustache is a real mixture of blonde and dark hairs. The chin, generally dark hairs, the odd red hair and the odd blonde hair here as well, but growing back quite well. Okay, so now we'll look into the chin. This was 3 weeks ago. You'll see there's kind of a strip of vellus down the middle. Now, before I started, I only had a couple of hairs in this area, so it's quite nice to see that it has filled up. I thought I'd had more terminals there from when I shed around week 17, but it turns out probably not. This is this week where it started to regrow. This is 3 weeks later, and you'll see good coverage. Because there's a lot of terminals here, it generally grows back quite well. There's just the areas in the middle that are still predominantly vellus that grow back a lot slower. Okay guys, so thanks very much for watching. As always, a huge shout out to everybody that has subscribed so far and sticking with me and these videos as well. I do really appreciate everyone who comes back each week to watch them. It's great, thank you. If you did like the video, please do hit the like button, it really does help me out. I've had an influx of haters recently. I guess that comes as you start to get a little bit more successful on YouTube. So yeah, any likes would be greatly received. Following on from that as well, if you do want to follow my journey and you're not already, do feel free to hit the subscribe button somewhere around these areas. Feel free to share this video and add any comments, questions, queries or suggestions in the comments box below. I've been Adam at The Facial Fuzz and I will see you again next time.
But I got one on the top that gave me.
I don't even know what's real.